In future, beauty will decide your job and ugliness will be punished. Hang on, is my mic on? Okay, cause the last video for some reason, as you probably see by my pinned comments, the audio for some reason wasn't on, so I'm currently voicing over the video, but I decided to take a break and do my first ever anime recap, since, as you probably can guess by now, I love anime. And if you didn't know also by now, surprise, surprise, my favorite anime is Black Clover, but no one give a crap about that. But, hey, in this world, I guess, no me's, I guess I'm homeless. Guys, I guess I'm homeless in this anime verse.
An ugly bird lands right next to a beautiful one, and he gets Spartan smacked.
Damn. Okay. Damn. 5 seconds in, we seen someone get Will Smith slapped
to his death. Goo, a run-of-the-mill young...
Oh, to his death. Oh. Guys, we do not laugh at death. It doesn't matter if it's anime or real life, we do not laugh at death. But it's a bird. Bro got Will Smith slapped to his death.
Adult gets ready to go to a job interview, all while bemoaning the fact that beautiful people have it better, while ugly or ordinary people have it worse. While passing
Wait. So basically Gojo's overpowered in this verse too. Gojo's just broken. He's overpowered in his own verse. He'd be overpowered in the Naruto verse. He's overpowered in every verse, bro. Even in a non-superpower anime verse like this one, he somehow would still be the strongest one. Oh my gosh.
Through the living room, he catches a news broadcast announcing the newest edict of the beautiful...
Also, if you hear like a horn or something, that's cause usually at this time of day where I live, there's always like a train passing through. So if you hear like a train, then that's why.
Queen, banning ugly people from roaming the streets. Goo ignores the TV and shuts it off.
Wait, how am I just not realizing this? His name is Goo. Yeah, it's no wonder why you're over here living like a brokey. It's like your name is Goo. Your name is Goo. Goo as in like the slime. It makes sense why you'd be living like
As he prepares to go out, he tells his younger sister Meng not to go outside. On the way to his
What does bro look like? I can't put my finger on it, but he looks like a whole different anime character, and I don't know who.
Goo observes a police officer arresting an...
Yo, you know what I have to say? He's probably ugly, right? That's what the mask is. What the hell am I doing? That's what the point of the mask is. Okay, I know that's dead, but like, come on. He is wearing a mask. You cannot expect me to not make that joke. Okay?
Taku, who was just trying to buy a new...
Why does he also remind me of... Oh, he reminds me of, what's bro's name from... What's the MC's name from Jobless Reincarnation? Ruby? No. Rudius? Yeah. He reminds me of, like, before he was isekai, bro. That's what he reminds me of, I can't lie. He reminds me of, Rudius before he was cool.
Anime figure. He also observes a short, balding fat man.
Wait, why is it that every single ugly guy in this anime reminds me of some random anime character? I don't know this guy. Oh, not Ichigo's dad. I genuinely can't remember, but every single guy in this anime just reminds me of some anime character. Oh my goodness.
Trying to evade authorities.
Is bro naked? Oh. Yeah, you need to get your ass arrested for public indecency. Yeah, why do you this ain't not sexist, this ain't lookist. Oh god, some TikTok girl's gonna make that official that if you want to date a girl solely based on her looks, that's lookist. That's gonna get clipped and used as a TikTok for another TikTok girl slash trend crap thing. Great. Yeah, that it's too late now. But this ain't lookist. You are running around butt naked. Yeah, yo, I should be arrested. The hell?
This man is a rare 3-star class ugly person who is
What? Oh, they treating this like it's not Pokemon. They treating this like it's a freaking RPG. Yes, this is a rare 3-star S-class ugly human. Over. Like, why are they treating this like it's some RPG and they just found like a low-leveled monster, like a low-leveled weapon or something.
been evading capture for 5 months. The officers are given permission.
5, dang. 5 months, dang.
Who was just trying to buy a new anime figure. He also observes a short.
Hang on. I might change my bias on bro that looks like Rudius if he has a cool
who ignores the TV and shuts it up, trying to evade authorities. Apparently, this man is a rare 3-star class ugly person who has been evading capture for 5 months. The officers are given permission to shoot their cameras. After being beaten by the police, the man is charged with the crime of being ugly. His punishment is life imprisonment, the confiscation of all his property, and being banned from ever looking in a mirror again.
Damn.
A young couple mocks the man.
I know your ass is not talking. You look like Professor Oak on Rugs, and you remind me of not mine from Shield Hero. What's old girl's name? Ellen and not Ellen and Ease. The elf that belongs to the streets.
Shoot their cameras.
Now,
who was just trying to buy a.
Okay, bro. I was going to change my opinion on him, but it's an anime girl figure. Moving on.
Shoot their cameras.
Moving on.
After being beaten by the police, the man is charged with the crime of being ugly. His punishment is life imprisonment, the confiscation of all his property, and being banned from ever looking in a mirror again. A young couple mocks the man for being ugly, and at the same time, a mother warns her child to never leave the house.
I cannot lie. Why does the mom look like a whole ass man? Why does this woman look like a whole ass man?
A crowd forms around the ugly man.
And you're one to talk to? Literally everyone here barely looks that like. If I were to see like someone see someone looking like freaking Gojo, I wouldn't have to insult them. But like, this guy looks like literal Professor Oak. I don't know why bro's over here. He looking like a freaking. Well, he is a background character. Like, you look like the character that dies first in a movie. Why is your face so square? You look like a freaking pentagon. Jeez. And why you look like the ripoff why do you look like the ripoff? Okay, I think I'm hating too much. Why do you look like the ripoff Deku, though? Deku before he... No, not Deku. Deku before he was ever cool.
And they start shouting obscenities at him. Gu observes this all with increasing disgust. Gu snaps out of his trance and is informed that he has passed the interview. His celebration is short-lived. They have only hired him for a 90-day trial period. On the other hand, Cha, his supervisor, has been repeatedly promoted through the...
Why was there like a bunch of flashes like we were getting introduced to like the strongest, like... Okay, this is actually kind of getting weird how I'm like sitting here thinking. 8 out of 10. Like she got the looks, but I mean, she just looks like Comey, but like, no, Comey's mom, but like with glasses.
Ranks on account of her beauty. To top it off, she has 6 months of vacation leave per year. Gu is depressed. One afternoon, Gu is called to the office, where Cha reprimands him for being so ugly.
Ma'am, you might want to button up that shirt. I'm just saying, Oh, that's a button. Oh, I'm stupid.
That 2 of their clients canceled their orders. Gu reasons that he's already sporting the most stylish suit and haircut he can afford, but Cha tells him to shut up. She orders him to—
Why is she always sitting like that? In the chair, on the desk. She is sitting as if she's about to give someone some head. Where's my invite?
Kneel, and so he kneels. When he looks up, Cha stares at him dead in the eye, causing him to flounder backwards. Cha continues her vicious tirade against him, claiming that she gets depressed just looking at his ugly face. To add insult to injury, she wishes aloud that all ugly people would die.
Oh my goodness. Okay, first of all, did I really need an ad during my video? And 2, now that we're actually on the topic, I'm actually, damn. You didn't, okay, I'm gonna turn off my mic for a little bit, just because, I might get copyright claimed for the ad. So, yeah.
I'm 20 muscles. I run out of time.
After work.
Okay, I actually have no idea if that worked or not, because I could still hear it, but, too late now.
Gu lifts a large number of boxes at Cha's behest. When he asks why he has to take time off after work—
Let me guess. He has to take time off. He has to take time even after work because he's ugly. If I get this right, one of y'all gotta donate $10.
For this, she tells him to stop talking back and to help her move in and clean her house. Gu begrudgingly does as he is told, and he starts with the mountain.
You know what would be the most stupid thing to happen in this anime? There's one thing I have a problem with in anime, and it's couples that don't make sense. Just like Tommy and FG, I might make a video talking about, like, some of the most annoying things to me in anime. Anime couples that don't make sense is one thing. Like Naruto and Sakura. I mean, not Naruto and Sakura. Sasuke and Sakura. That just never made sense to me. Like, why did they get married? Sasuke tried to kill Sakura, and Sakura was just a simp. If anything, Ino was a better choice. But that's besides the point. If at the end of this anime, the main character and his boss start dating, I'm actually gonna quit. Like, I'm actually gonna tweak out if they start dating in this anime.
Of dishes that have piled up on her sink before moving on to mopping. While Cha
Damn. She made you her slave without you even being black. That's crazy.
Takes a relaxing bath. She instructs him to clean her room after he finishes washing her clothes. When she exits the bath, she also tells him to clean her bathroom and not to—
Why does she look like... Okay. I'm sorry to keep pausing and complaining that every single character here looks like another anime character. But she looked like old girl from Kill la Kill. I forgot her name. Like, I actually forgot her name. But the only thing I remember about her is she has, like, blue hair. And she, yeah, that's it. That's, like, all I remember.
Look at her. Gu walks past her so he can clean the bath, but he accidentally steps on her toes. Physically and mentally exhausted, Gu staggers back home, carrying the chicken he promised Mang. When he arrives, Mang holds up a sheet of paper, asking when she can go out.
Okay, okay, you are not Endeavor. Get rid of that scar. You are not Endeavor. You do not deserve that scar. You are not Endeavor. You are not Todoroki. Get that scar off your face. But for real though, I don't know whether to laugh or to just feel bad. Oh, now I know who he reminds me of. The main character reminds me of, the dog with a human face from Yokai Watch. I forgot his name. But that's who the MC and his sister remind me of? But why does she have such a defined jawline? Jesus Christ, you could break diamonds with this. Goodness.
Side. Gu takes pity on his sister and embraces her. Something has to change, and he promises her that one day she'll be able to walk down the street with
motherfucker's about to turn into would it be Aaron? Yeah. Motherfucker's about to turn into Aaron. I will change the world. He will shape our society.
Pride. The next day, Gu wakes up and commutes to work, where the more beautiful people are given pride.
Hang on. Why are they walking like that? Alright, first of all, you look like the rich boy that always buys stuff with daddy's money. Oh, never mind. You just look like the rip-off version of Daphne from Scooby-Doo. And you put your finger down with your ugly green shirts. That shirt making you look like a freaking freaking vomit. Also, sorry if anyone's eating while watching this. You have full permission to hate me. You have full permission to hate on me because I said that.
Priority seating. Even on crosswalks, the more attractive people are allowed to walk first.
Oh. Is that Kirby? Oh no, that ain't Kirby. Why did I think that was Kirby?
While waiting for his turn, the beauty queen makes a surprise broadcast.
Okay, so this is the beauty queen. Or they did say that it's beautiful people, not attractive people. So like, we ain't about to see some like meat city from Demon Slayer sized big old biddies or anything like that. But why her hair look like every single ghetto goddess? Like, in my opinion, the most generic goddess design is obviously a woman with a dress and long wavy hair. That's like the most generic goddess I can think of. And that's like half of the goddesses that people imagine them to look like. Even powerful goddesses like Athena, people think look like that. Like, why is it gotta be so generic? Like, get some not vulnerability. Dang it! How am I in honors language arts and can't articulate words or think of words? Not vulnerability, variability. There we go.
Several faint just from looking at her beauty. The queen.
Oh no, guys, I'm fainting. Why? Alright, this frame. Why she look like Tinkerbell in this frame? Why does everyone look like someone that they shouldn't look like? She looked like Tinkerbell all of a sudden. Goodness. But on the side note, sorry. My back's just been hurting for a little bit, so yeah. But anyway, y'all don't care about that. Yeah, why does she look like Tinkerbell in this frame?
Reveals that several criminals have been caught trying to alter their appearances via surgery.
What is wrong? Oh. So wait. So what you're saying is these 5 people try getting plastic surgery. Oh. well, I guess more than half of the OF models, IG, Instagram models, corn stars. But most women on the internet are probably gonna get arrested then in this world. Cause y'all know that them ain't real.
Their execution via camera shooting is publicly shown.
What?
The queen reminds them all not to attempt to change their appearance in any way on the threat of death. Gu, back in the office, is forced to grovel before Cha as punishment for ignoring her calls. While Gu lies prone, Cha viciously berates him for being ugly and says that he should know his place.
Oh my goodness. He is not black. He is not Mexican. He is not Asian. Why are you being so rude to him? Like, goodness gracious. He might look like the dog from Yokai Watch, but you can chill out, woman. Jeez. Didn't know people were so lookist.
When Gu returns home, he finds a small voucher.
Now, if any of y'all comment on my video saying, thanks to you, TikTok girls all over TikTok are complaining that, like, if you like a girl, if you think a girl's ugly, if you only date a girl based on how she looks, then that's lookist. Y'all can't blame me, alright? You guys can't blame me. Because I'm just yapping, alright? I'm just talking. Y'all can't blame me.
Wedged underneath the door. When he enters, he notices that Ming hasn't gone out to welcome him. She refuses to go out of her room. The next day, Gu follows the instructions on the voucher and heads to a public park toilet. He arrives at the designated stall, but upon inspecting every corner of it, he finds nothing. Remembering the code word sewer, a hidden panel underneath his feet slides away, dropping him several feet underground. After picking himself up, Gu wanders the darkness of the sewers. He suddenly collides with an invisible wall, and hyper-advanced cameras start scanning him. After confirming that he is ugly and possesses a voucher, they toss him down yet another series of tubes. He ends up on a separate floor, where he is welcomed by a man named Dr. Machete, possibly—
What the— oh my goodness! Why is he so jacked? First of all, bro looks like if Dr. Eggman and Master Roshi did the fusion dance. And second of all, what is that goofy Batman, sewer thing? Going through, like, dang.
The coolest name in existence. He assumes that by coming here, Gu has agreed to be a volunteer. Without waiting for his reply.
Okay, I might actually— what percent's my phone? Okay, my phone's at good percent. But, what is this anime, bro? We went from talking about how looks are everything to being freaking test experiments.
Robotic hands sprout from his back so he can begin the experiment. Gu is enclosed in a large metal contraption. Suddenly, police officers raid his laboratory and arrest him for endangering national security. Machete presses a button that collapses the ceiling to buy himself some time. Machete mutters that it's now all up to Gu to bring the world back to what it once was.
What is bro yapping about? The
smoke clears and the dust settles. The capsule opens. Police officers swarm the capsule with their cameras drawn. When a woman starts approaching them, the officers' beauty detectors suddenly go off the charts. Only the beauty queen herself is known to possess a 5-star beauty rating. The girl is so dazzling that the officers physically flinch and—
Is he trans? Did that machine make him a girl? Would y'all still smash? I mean, he did go from some ugly guy to some beautiful chick. Would y'all smash? I know some of y'all are. I see you guys in Waka and Abdullah Next comment sections. I know y'all would smash, don't lie.
Fall to the ground, dropping their camera guns in the process. The girl, who turns out to be Gu, looks at a—
He is trans. Would y'all still smash?
Broken mirror, and realizes that he has turned into a—
Why does he want it? Why has it got the eyes like he's I from Oshinoko? Bro wanna be a Hoshino so bad. But for real though, how many of y'all would smash? Me? Oh, let's see the material. But I just realized that we're not even halfway there. Grab your popcorn.
Girl. While trying to figure out what happened,
Actually, how long have I been recording? 24 minutes. Oh my god. Yeah, this is gonna be my first hour-long video, I'm assuming, so grab your popcorn if you haven't already.
Realizes that Machete turned her into a girl. Enveloped by a radiant aura, Gu leaves the ruins of the laboratory and makes her way back to the surface via a manhole cover. Gu finds herself in the middle of a busy intersection where half the people fall in love, but everyone bows down in worship. Everyone caters to her every need, and Gu suddenly finds herself armed with new clothes. Gu enters her old office building and requests a job. The human resources guy hires her on the spot and she is instantly made the new CEO of RET, a technology company. She is given a spacious new office as a bonus, and for the first time, Gu feels the perks of being an attractive person. While enjoying her new life, she requests that the department director make an appearance. Cha politely enters the room and enthusiastically offers her services to Gu. Gu orders her to kneel on the ground and to touch her forehead to the floor. Gu hopes that this will humble Cha somehow, but Cha actually likes being humiliated and degraded.
Masochism? Darkness from Konosuba?
But only by beautiful people.
Oh. Never mind.
Asks that Gu humiliate her even more, and she gets a little too excited for Gu's tastes. Cha pledges to do whatever Gu asks in the future, on the sole basis of her beauty. Gu feels rather unsettled that she can seemingly do whatever she wants just because she looks good. But for Cha, that's only par for the course. Beautiful people make a beautiful world, after all. Cha exclaims that Gu's beauty is so great that she could possibly join the Beauty Guard, the Queen's elite circle. Gu, realizing the potential power she could wield as a beauty guard, resolves to reach that point for the betterment of Meng's life. The 4 beauty guards learn of the appearance of a 5-star beauty. However, they don't seem to be concerned in the slightest, and they decide not to inform the Queen of this incident. The next morning, Gu watches a news broadcast of a negative 1-star man who voluntarily surrendered to the authorities after encountering a battalion of 2,000 2-star beauties who were cleaning the toilets. Subsequently, the recent influx of arrests of ugly people has placed immense strain on the prison system, causing some to entertain the idea of executing the ugliest prisoners. Cha asks Gu why she has ordered 2-star beauties to clean toilets, and she replies that it's all an elaborate act to keep ugly people out of the public eye. Cha appreciates this stroke of genius, which she believes will eventually drive all ugly people.
I cannot lie. Put your glasses back on. You just look so weird without You know how like people look weird when they put glasses, when they never have glasses on, but the minute they do, they look weird? It's the complete opposite with people that always wear glasses. When they take them off, it's like, you look weird.
To extinction. Gu learns that Cha thinks that all beautiful people are smart, while all ugly people are stupid. To her, it only makes sense. Gu whispers into her ear that she'll one day make her feel that same humiliation.
Bros, you got.
Oh my goodness, are you kidding me?
Check out this game I've been playing. At the very beginning, you're just a teeny tiny.
Which is enough to make her go weak in the knees. Before she leaves, Gu asks.
She's horny to be dominated. She's horny to, but you might as well just throw her to Makima.
For information on how to go to Ugly Gate Prison, Cha brings Gu to a government data center, but warns her that only the Queen has the authority to enter the top-secret data rooms. She hopes that Gu's beauty is enough to win the staff over. Gu combs through textbook after textbook, trying to find out more about the prison, and she learns about a device called the aesthetic seismograph. Suddenly, the power goes out. Racing to the rooftop, she and Cha discover a woman clad in an elegant white cloak. Cha identifies her as one of the 4 beauty guards, the Pink Petal, Lord Bright. Bright asks her if she was the one who sent out the 2,000 2-star beauties to clean the toilets, and in response, Gu asks her if she knows about the aesthetic seismograph. Bright's tone suddenly changes. Gu's not supposed to know about the seismograph, which means she must be destroyed. Bright sneers that Gu's just a little bit prettier than average and that she shouldn't get ahead of herself.
Damn.
Bright sheds her cloak and activates a set of aesthetic detector drones that take to the skies. She explains that these robots, designed and approved by the beauty queen herself, will scan the beauty of both parties, judge them, and destroy the lesser beauty.
What kind of stupid turn-based RPG ass thing is this? Oh, these drones will destroy whoever's uglier. Like what?
Gu is ranked as a 4-star beauty, but Bright is a 4.5-star beauty. Bright laughs. As long as she basks in her light, her beauty is virtually unmatched. Gu's fate is seemingly sealed, but suddenly her drones shut down on their own. Confused, Bright turns around to see that Cha has unplugged her console. Without her light, Bright's beauty plummets to 1.5 stars, making her a target for her drones.
So you're only pretty in the lot? That does not make sense.
Drones gun her down, transforming her into a quarter of what appears to be an emblem of sorts. Gu picks up the emblem piece and...
Okay, I'm just now realizing this, but why is she always sparkling? In every single scene I see this woman, she is sparkling.
Resolves to head to Ugly Gate Prison. That evening, the remaining 3 knights discuss the defeat of Bright, but they all agree that she was the weakest among them. However...
Damn, they just don't care. Yeah, it doesn't matter that she practically died anyway. She was the weakest out of the 4 of us anyway.
Now that Gu has made herself their enemy, they all make their own preparations to eliminate her in the name of the Beauty Queen. At Ugly Gate Prison,
Just admit that y'all are simps. Like, y'all are doing all this just for some beautiful woman. Just admit that y'all are simps.
Prisoners are abused, fed little, and are forced to work by carrying huge blocks of stone. The prisoners are constantly reminded that their sin of being ugly is an incredibly grave crime. Their very births were a mistake. A young boy...
Bro, just imagine every single day getting told that your birth was a mistake. At that point, I can see why people would try and get plastic surgery. At that point, I can see.
He asks his grandfather when they can go out, but he is told that they have no choice but to remain here forever. Gu attacks Ugly Gate Prison, using the same drones that Bright once used. Gu slaughters her way through the guards, demanding that the prisoners be released at once. When the guards refuse, they are shot. Gu enters the main prison tower in hopes of releasing all the prisoners. However, before she can press the button, one of the 4 beauty knights interrupts her. He asks Gu why, despite her beauty. She insists on doing these pointless things.
That is not a he. That is anything but a he. You can call it a she, a they, freaking femboy. That is not a he. And another thing. Like I said, it's a he. If you want to simp for this beautiful woman, just admit that you're just a simp. Just admit that you're 1 in 100 of the beautiful simps.
Clad in flowery petals, he introduces himself as May, one of the 4 beauty knights. He reminds Gu that the Beauty Queen has decreed it unlawful to release ugly prisoners. Thus, Gu will be judged. Gu uses the device that brought...
Here we go again. Oh guys, it's a beauty battle.
Left behind, and uses it to transform her outfit into a far more beautiful and elegant dress. The entire budget of the show went to this one transition.
Oh my, okay. That must have not been on script. The entire budget of the show went into this one singular transformation. That's actually crazy.
The beauty detectors fly out of their cases and rank Gu's beauty at 5.3 stars. May, on the other hand, records a meager 2.5 stars. However, as the only man among the 4 beauty guards, May reminds her that the most beautiful creatures on Earth will always be men. May likewise change...
Damn. So you're telling me that there's not only lookists, but also sexist?
...changes her outfit to suit his needs and clads himself in an array of flowers. Despite this, his beauty rank remains below Gu's. Gu taunts his failure at first, but she is suddenly overwhelmed by a stinging stench. This is May's special pomelo flower, engineered to give off a disgusting aroma. Because Gu is forced to cover her nose, her beauty ranking takes a massive hit. Suddenly...
You're telling me just by covering my nose I become uglier? Well, shoot. You learn something new every day.
She's on the back foot. Gu thinks fast, and she throws some sand into May's eyes. Now that he is forced to squint and scrunch up his face, his beauty drops behind Gu's. With his death about to become a certainty, May surrenders and begs for mercy, prompting the guns to stand down. May promises to follow Gu from now on, which satisfies...
I just found an app that...
Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, totally. Go check out Camera Masters.
Can get you in a plus in any class. Just upload your assignment.
Her. May reveals that the Beauty Queen intends to maintain world order with an iron fist of beauty, with attractive people at the very top of the social stratum. Under this system, beautiful people will hold all the power. Cha finally catches up to make sure that Gu is okay. Gu says that she's fine, and that they'll leave as soon as she sets the ugly people free. However, before she can press the button, Cha surprisingly stops her. Gu tries to shake free from Cha's grip, reasoning that now is their best chance to let all the ugly people go. However, Cha resists, believing that it is best for the ugly people to stay locked up in their cages. Gu replies that the people were just unlucky to be born ugly and don't deserve to be treated this way. They're just ugly, she exclaims, and they have done nothing to warrant the bullying and abuse they receive. Cha snaps that there should be nothing wrong with how that works. Beautiful people, she reasons, are naturally good and correct, so there is...
Okay, if beautiful people are naturally quote-unquote always good and correct, and I know some people at my school are watching this, then tell me why some of the most beautiful girls in my school are also some of the dumbest. Go on. I'm waiting for an explanation. Exactly. I might seem ugly to most girls, but am I one of the smartest in the school? Yeah. So, where's your point now? Also, I am freaking hungry. I want to eat some tricks, but I gotta record this video.
Nothing wrong with removing the ills of society. They enter a heated argument over who's wrong or who's right, which culminates in Cha begging Gu not to destroy the society that they've built thus far, believing wholeheartedly that the current status quo is the correct one. However, because of the way the beauty drones are coded, Cha's actions are viewed as disobedience, and they take aim at her. Gu warns Cha that she is about to be killed, but Cha remains adamant in her decision. If she will die for her beliefs, then so be it. Gu repeats her earlier intention to release the prisoners, and she asks Cha if she will obey her wishes. Cha stands firm. She refuses to condone it. Flashbacks of Cha pass through Gu's mind, from her abusive side as a superior to her subservient role as her maidservant. Gu reminds her that she has always obeyed her, and Cha replies that she only obeys beauty. With some of the hardest dying words in history, Cha is obliterated by the beauty drones, while Gu and Mei watch on in disbelief. Gu, angered, presses the button to release the ugly...
Man, I really do not care. And why is Gu mad? She abused you both physically and mentally until you turned beautiful. She was abusive both physically and mentally towards you just because you were ugly. And all of a sudden you want to be angry that she died?
Prisoners regardless. Alarm bells ring out as the cell gates slide open for the prisoners to freedom. Gu addresses them all from the courtyard, urging them all to eat what they want, do what they want, and live as they want. They are free. The entire prison erupts in thunderous applause and cheers, but things quickly take a turn for the worse. Chaos ensues as the prisoners start fighting over the food and scraps from the cafeteria. Several of them are shot into nothingness by the beauty guards. The prisoners start fighting and tearing each other apart like animals. Those who aren't immediately killed are trampled. One man, claiming to be the ugliest among them, declares himself king, and the others quickly fall in line. Gu is confused. She thought she had given them salvation. Mei explains that the ugly people know that nothing is left for them back home, so they have preferred to live amongst each other, quashing those even uglier than them. Gu is disgusted. It's not different at all from how beautiful people act. She suddenly feels a shadow of doubt. Can this world truly be changed? Mei hands Gu her portion of the emblem, which serves as the badge of office for the Beauty Knights. She tells Gu that she needs all 4 pieces to combine into a single emblem, which will grant her access to the secret room of the Beauty Queen. The answer she seeks may be hidden within. Gu requests Mei's help in gathering the remaining 2 pieces, and she resolves to change the world as they know it. 2 women on a street get into an argument, and they inevitably compete over whose beauty triumphs over the other. The Beauty Queen's aesthetic detector drones scan both women and kill the one whose beauty value is lower. At the same time, a news broadcast details Gu's latest takeover of 2 companies, the largest electric and flower companies in the country. Gu's reputation skyrockets, and she uses her platform to advocate for true beauty that isn't just skin deep. She proclaims that true beauty lies within. Her views are seen as rather strange and niche. Meng is left alone at home, with Gu leaving behind a letter claiming that she'll be going on a business trip for a while, but promising that their house will be renovated while he is away. While Gu takes a bath, she thinks about Dr. Machete and how similar her origin story is to Captain America's. May enters the bath and reports that he has 2 possible leads on the 2 remaining beauty nights. Gu wants to make sure of the details before making any rash decisions. May asks her if she really intends to make an enemy of the beauty queen, and Gu replies that she does. Her resolve is firm. She will change the world. She dismisses May and he obeys. Just before he leaves the room, he muses that Gu's current personality reminds him of the beauty queen from 3 years ago. That evening, while Gu prepares to sit down for a private dinner, she is suddenly attacked by 2 pieces of eyeliner. A new enemy approaches. A girl steps out of the shadows, introducing herself as Ying, one of the 4 beauty knights. Gu flips the light switch.
Wait, you know what would be funny? Also, okay. You know what would be funny? This chick's name is Ying. I bet $5 that the last beauty guard is either going to be the beauty queen herself, as is with most, mini boss things, or it's going to be someone named Yang.
Giving her a full view of her opponent. Ying, armed with a strange box by her hip, orders Gu to surrender herself to the beauty queen. Gu welcomes the challenge. 3 aesthetic detectors crash through the window and immediately target Ying. However, she retrieves the box on her hip, a makeup kit, and gives herself a makeover. This is her unique ability, the use of makeup to fine-tune her own appearance at the drop of a hat. Ying is confident that—
Goodness gracious. I know that this video wasn't talking about what I like in a woman, but if I'm being honest, if you have to put on a whole entire makeup salon's worth of makeup just to look pretty, then you're not worth it, in my opinion. Like my crush, for example. She barely puts on makeup. But if you're gonna put on a whole gallon of makeup and just douse it on your face. Also, sorry if you hear birds chirping, that also happens at this time of day.
She's much better looking than Gu without makeup on. That's precisely why she waited until Gu was fresh out of the shower. The drones take aim at Gu, and she attempts to have the laser beams hit Ying instead. Ying sees through her pitiful plan, and she tells her that it is useless. The drone lasers are incredibly accurate. However, this was all part of Gu's plan. She rolls underneath the table, putting herself out of view of the drones. With no one else to target, the drones point their guns at Ying. From a low angle, her appearance is that of a middle-aged man. Ying realizes that she is beaten, and she doesn't even bother to dodge. The laser strikes true, leaving nothing left but her bag and her piece of the emblem. Gu picks up the emblem piece.
Let me guess. The show's gonna waste another gallon of their budget on another transformation sequence.
1 to go. The last of the 4 beauty knights is almost saddened that even Ying has fallen. The beauty queen can no longer ignore the situation, and she demands to know who is eliminating her faithful knights. The last of the knights promises to find out more about Gu soon. A few days later, May informs Gu that she has found the whereabouts of the last remaining knight, Ball. Gu sets out to leave at once. They head to and walk straight through the entrance of a corporate building. Inside, the staff politely stands at attention, extending neither praise nor service. May finds the atmosphere slightly unnerving, and she conveys these feelings to Gu. Gu also finds it strange. When they reach the front desk, the receptionist reveals that she already knows why she is here. Ball has been expecting them. The receptionist leads them to an elevator in the lobby and instructs them to take it to the top floor, where they will meet Ball. Gu enters without any issue, but the receptionist stops May from entering. Ball gave strict instructions to only allow Gu through. Surprisingly, Gu instructs May to comply, reassuring her that this will all be over soon. Gu taps the—
Since when is he a girl? I swear when he first came, they said that he is a guy. Since when is every single guy trans in this anime?
Button for the 80th floor, and May urges her to be careful. After what was most certainly a 10-minute ride, Gu arrives at the 80th floor. Almost immediately, the elevator behind her slams shut, and a spotlight shines on the center of the room. Lord Ball stands idly in the center, Gu demands that Ball hand over her key fragment. When Ball refuses, Gu resorts to brute force, or rather, beauty. Shedding her outer garments, Gu begins her Sailor Moon transformation and becomes a stunning beauty. However, when Ball turns around, Gu is horrified to discover that her opponent is actually Little Meng. The aesthetic detector drones begin revving up their guns, but Gu steps in and prevents them from firing. The drones stand down. Gu asks Meng what she's doing here, confused that her sister was actually Lord Ball all along. Meng suddenly lashes out and writes across Gu's face. Meng remarks that she's here to kill her. Ball reveals that her ability is to simulate faces she's seen in photos. Thanks to a high-tech projector, Ball can simulate any face she desires, ensuring that her beauty always comes out on top. When Gu asks her how she found out about Meng, Ball replies that it wasn't hard. Gu remodeled their house just for her, and she also knows that she is supplied with 3 luxurious meals a day. Ball restores her face to her original appearance, and she asks Gu if she's ready to die.
I tried to draw anime art,
Oh my goodness. If I see one more ad, I'm actually about to throw my phone.
I just can't. Maybe the drawing lessons in drawing them.
After removing her visor, the aesthetic detector drones weigh their beauty against each other, and Gu loses. However, before they can fire their lasers, 2 roses disrupt her simulator device, causing her face to rapidly morph between faces she's seen in the past. The drones target her instead and blast her into oblivion. Ball drops her key fragment, ripe for the taking. Mei saved the day just in time, and Gu is glad to see him. Gu asks Mei how he managed to get here.
Oh, so now he's a boy again. Which one is it? Is he a he or is he a she? Pick one.
And he replies that he used the ventilation ducts. Mei picks up the last key fragment and hands it to Gu, completing the key. The Beauty Queen is now within their grasp. Gu and Mei head to the Beauty Queen's castle, a picturesque fortress straight out of a theme park. Mei remarks that 3 years ago the castle was freely accessible. Homeless people and beggars would come for alms, and the Beauty Queen happily supplied them with food and shelter. Something changed 3 years ago. The Beauty Queen suddenly wanted to do away with the current structure of society, and she briefly disappeared from the public eye. When she returned as the ruthless queen they know now, she had her ministers executed, leaving only the 4 beauty knights as her elite guard. Nobody, not even the 4 knights, knows why the Beauty Queen suddenly turned out like this. Gu asks if the Beauty Queen has been seen since, but Mei replies that the queen
Yo, I don't know why I'm saying this now after like nearly half an hour of seeing this woman. Why does she kind of look like Marin Kitagawa from what's anime? I don't remember, but why does she look like her?
herself isolated in her castle. They only receive their orders remotely. The entrance of the gate contains a beauty filter, meant to keep ugly people out. Gu and Mei pass through without issue. With determination, Gu and Mei march up the marble steps of the outer castle. When they reach the courtyard, they discover a factory that continuously produces aesthetic detectors. Mei explains that the Beauty Queen is not only physically attractive, but a genius as well. Everything in the castle, from the beauty filters to the dronies.
What next? Is she gonna be built like freaking Goku? Is she gonna be the strongest in the universe?
Was designed by her. Proceeding forward, they reach the front doors of the castle proper. Mei is forced to stay behind, as the filter will kill anyone who isn't a 5-star beauty. Gu wordlessly enters the castle, and Mei begs her not to kill the Beauty Queen but to help her. Gu confidently walks straight into the reception hall as the Beauty Queen stands by the throne with her back turned. She turns around and introduces herself as the 149th.
Why does she look like a little girl?
Queen of the beauty family, Piers. Piers glare at Gu. To think that the person who killed her elite guards and freed the prisoners of Ugly-Gate Prison was such an unimpressive person. Gu brings out the key, which she claims will open a secret room behind the throne. Based on her research, it is said that this room contains a device that can change people's hearts. Piers finds it odd that Gu, despite possessing beauty rivaling hers, still chooses to do such a thing. Gu asserts that she is doing this for the world to go back to normal. Piers advises Gu not to do this, but that won't stop Gu. Aesthetic detector drones hover ominously around them both, but because their beauty is at a pixel-perfect stalemate, Their motherboards explode. Gu stares Piers down, but the image of the queen suddenly flickers and disappears. She was an illusion all along. Piers' voice echoes throughout the hall. She is everywhere, and she's been waiting for this moment for a long time. Gu, realizing her folly, runs out of the castle and reunites with Mei. A giant barrier appears around the castle, and it pulses forward, immediately vaporizing those who aren't up to her beauty standards. Regardless of where they are or what they're doing, ugly people are killed one after another. This is Piers' ultimate goal, a new world free from ugliness. Piers reassures Gu that she'll still be in it. Gu heads out into the city streets to witness the destruction firsthand. A hologram of Piers appears over the city, happily announcing to her people that the beauty filter has finally been completed. Currently, the filter is only at the first level, eliminating those who are one-star beauties and below. However, she fully intends to increase the levels until only the most beautiful individuals remain. As the wave rips through the city, Gu rushes home to try and get Meng out of danger. A camera lowers and scans Gu, but denies her entry. Gu begs and pleads with Meng to open the door, warning her of the imminent danger. She claims to be her brother and begs her to come out. When the camera refuses to let her in, Gu uses Ball's device to change her appearance to Meng's, and the vault door swings open. Gu rushes into the room but discovers Piers instead. The truth soon becomes apparent. Meng is behind Piers. Meng was the beauty queen all along. Meng certainly didn't expect her brother to become a beautiful girl, but stranger things have happened. She admits that she's done plenty of bad things as the beauty queen, but she doesn't regret them one bit. It's...
What kind of plot twist is this? What freaking plot twist is this, bro?
Time to end this farce. Gu is still in denial. There's no way her kind young sister could possibly be Piers. Meng snarls that Gu doesn't know the first thing about her. Gu tries to coax her sister to come with her, but Meng isn't going anywhere. She'll wait for the end to come on her own. With a push of a button, Gu is flung out of the apartment by a robotic arm. Gu, confused, asks Meng in vain why she is doing all this. As she grovels on the floor, Dr. Machete appears out of thin air and instructs her to bring the family key back to the castle. Below the throne is the Hall of Inventors, which holds the power to fix everything. All of this has been for Gu to succeed. Machete has transformed 10 people thus far into beautiful people in an effort to restore the world. But so far, all of them have chosen to use their looks to enact tyranny. Right now, only Gu can save the world. Machete hands her a small sample of royal blood, which will fool the aesthetic detectors. Inside the lab, the truth will be revealed. Gu wordlessly grabs the blood sample and heads to the castle. Once there, she uses the family key on the throne, which lowers her into a high-tech underground laboratory. In the center is a small console, and Gu dashes towards it. At the same time, Meng welcomes with open arms her impending death. The beauty filter envelops Meng in its light, just as Gu jams the blood sample into the console. 3 years ago, a young Meng releases baby turtles into a river, only to be caught by Queen Piers. Piers promises not to tell anyone that she is here. When she asks Meng why she is releasing turtles, Meng explains that she often buys them from collectors and sets them free. She relates this to herself, as her brother also forbids her from leaving the house on account of her homely appearance. Piers has seen beautiful people act ugly, and she has seen plain-looking people capable of incredible acts of kindness. She remarks that the turtle is free, thanks to Meng. However, Meng does not appreciate her words. She snarls that there is no way Piers could possibly understand how she and other ugly people feel, especially since she's tucked away and pampered in her ivory tower. Meng, calming down, apologizes for her outburst. Piers forgives her, and she brings her to her underground laboratory via the throne. Inside, Piers shows Meng her aesthetic detectors, a device that protects the more attractive person in any argument. She scrapped the idea long ago, belatedly realizing how insane of an idea it was. She also shows other devices that would later be used by the Four Knights, all of which were made by her on a whim during vacation. She highlights her latest device, the Beauty Film, which can make its user beautiful. Finally, she shows Meng a device that has been in her family for generations, the massive pillar-like structure known as the aesthetic seismograph. It has the power to control the planet's magnetic core and change people's perceptions. She recounts that, long ago, her ancestors lived in a world where money and height were worshipped, and that anyone with enough oratory talent could become a king. Eventually, Pier's great-great-grandma settled on beauty being the world's standard, and Piers has been guarding the device ever since. All this time, Piers has wondered if what she was doing was right. Is beauty truly the best standard to measure humanity?
No.
However, shockingly, Mang grabs one of Piers' inventions, the appearance.
Yeah, guys, look at this. But on the real though, also if you hear a baby crying, that's because my little sister just woke up. But bro, so you're telling me this whole time, man, I hate it when anime have these stupid
gun and points it at the queen. Piers is transformed into Heihachi Mishima, whom we
So everyone's just trans in this anime, okay. So the actual queen is trans. The main character is trans. What next?
later know as Dr. Machete. Mang tosses the gun on the ground and destroys it, ensuring that Machete will never return to being Piers. Mang revealed she was lying about the turtles earlier. She only released them because they reminded her of her ugliness. She knows that she is unattractive, untalented, and unintelligent. She deems the world they live in as unfair and rotten to its core. Beautiful people could never understand her struggles. Mang wants to be like Piers. Piers tries to reason with Mang, offering to find a way to make her beautiful in the future. Mang replies that she wants to be beautiful now. Mang transforms into Piers. Piers warns her that the device will stop working in 3 years. But by then, Mang claims everyone will be dead alongside her. Mang, now claiming the title of Queen Piers, orders the other Piers to disappear. A drone fires its laser at Piers, but she manages to slip away by using a special remote she had tucked away. Mang has 3 years to live a beautiful life, while Piers limps away in the body of a fighting game character. Gu watches all these memories unfold, the truth of the world. The memories merge together into a visage of Piers. Piers admits that she was Machete, the same man who helped her become a beautiful woman. Gu is worried about her sister, but Piers reassures her that time inside this space is separate from the outside world. Piers explains that they are inside the inner space of the seismograph, wherein her consciousness and the consciousness of her predecessors are stored away. The blood that she gave Gu earlier unlocked access to it. Gu asks how she can turn off the beauty filter, and Piers explains that all her devices run on the power granted by the seismograph. The beauty filter, which Mang began developing on her own, cannot be stopped anymore. Gu asks how she can stop the filter from killing all non-beautiful life, and Piers replies that there is only one way: to reselect the standards of beauty. There is no other alternative. Piers remarks that she has long thought about what the proper standard for people should be. She has observed memories of her predecessors, who all had different answers to that question. Some worshipped height, others health, and others money. Different generations appreciate different aesthetics, and these standards always change. However, she has found that there is one constant: the average Joe. She encourages Gu to change the rules so that ordinary people becomes the new standard, but this will inevitably kill off those who don't live up to them. She asks Gu to choose. Gu stands silent for a moment before declaring that she won't make a choice. She detests this world, where beauty is the decider for everything. She desperately tried to fight against that world and failed, but everything changed when she became beautiful. From her new position of power, she made it so that high-star people did the work of the low-star people and freed the prisoners of Ugly-Gate Prison. However, she knows now that she was wrong. Cha was right. Beauty is not inherently bad. What's bad is using it as the end-all standard of living. Gu sees another way out of this. Destroy the seismograph completely. Piers, horrified, tells him to reconsider. Without the seismograph, her equipment throughout the country and the world would stop working. The
womp, nigga. Womp for you.
World would fall into chaos, and Gu herself might die. Gu has accepted his fate. He's confident that, even without the drones telling people their worth, people will decide for themselves what their worth is. No longer will ugly people hide in shame. Everyone will have the same opportunity to carve out a name for themselves. That world is enough. Gu recalls all the drones back to the castle, and she has them target the seismograph. In a united concert, the drones open fire on the device. Piers' laboratory is blown to bits as Gu's body slowly crumbles away. Piers slowly disappears, and she hopes that Gu made the right choice. The results are instantaneous. The people are saved. Machete transforms back into Piers, and Meng opens her eyes to find herself still alive. The seismograph is destroyed, but so is Gu. In her final moments, she hopes that the world turns out to be beautiful. She says a final goodbye to Meng. The castle is enveloped by a massive pillar of light as it is destroyed. The beam can be seen for miles. Meng, realizing that Gu sacrificed herself, cries out in grief. 2 years pass. The horrors of that day are immortalized in a memorial, with many paying their respects to the deceased. There is much clamor for the fake Piers to be apprehended soon. The true Piers returns to the castle and officially repeals the Beauty Class Act. Piers also holds a press conference for the first time in forever. Later, after dismissing a meeting with her ministers, Piers asks May if she's found the culprit. May replies that they haven't found her yet. Piers remarks that they likely don't want to be found. Across the world, ugly and attractive people alike live in peace, though many unattractive people have begun heavily using video filters to change their appearance. Meanwhile, across the world, Meng has begun living on her own. The door behind her suddenly swings open, and a familiar voice calls out her name.
Do you want a cool...
Bet $5 it's Gu. But yeah, I want to watch this, but dang. An hour-long video. Y'all, thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this, my first ever hour-long video, smash like, subscribe to join the Phoenix Pack. We've recently hit 100 subs, so we're making it to 1,000. But yeah, see you.